Morning, guys. Welcome to Football with Brownie. Hope you're well, keeping safe, keeping each other safe, and spreading love during this pandemic because we all need a little bit of loving, guys. We all need a little bit of loving. Now, before I go any further, please like, share, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Remember, subscription is free. If you haven't done it yet, then hit that subscriber button right now. Okay, this channel was always meant to educate, I suppose, the younger generation of football fans. Because I'm a firm believer of if you can't improve the future if you don't know what's happened in the past, and that goes for football, politics, whatever, anything, any walk of life. And this one's going to be a hard one. It's going to be a hard one uh, to please everybody. So here we go. Anyway, I was a young kid at the time, very young kid, and it was one of my first games I've ever watched as a child. We're going to take you back to September 10th, 1985. The Welsh and Scottish national teams played each other during the qualifying stages of the World Cup for Mexico in 1986. This game was held at Ninian Park, Cardiff. The game was both teams' final match of the qualifying tournament, and both were still able to gain a place at the finals in Mexico. Wales needed to win the game, while Scotland knew that the draw would be good enough. The game was played against a backdrop of escalating football hooliganism at the time. English clubs had already been banned from European competition as a result of Heysel, which happened 3 months prior to this game. And fears were being raised, notably by Scottish manager Jock Stein, that the British government, led by Margaret Thatcher at the time, was seeking to lead a crackdown on football supporters generally. And that trouble at the highly charged game at Ninian Park would give them an excuse to extend the ban not just to England, but to the other home nations. Despite Scotland having an advantage in the group thanks to a superior goal difference, they went into this game as underdogs due to a number of senior players being unable to play due to either injury or suspension. And also because they had lost to Wales in the return fixture at Hampden Park, Glasgow, the previous March. Despite this, Scotland achieved a draw. They needed to go to the next stage of the qualifying, while at the same time virtually eliminated Wales from a competition. I think, memory serves me right, they then had to play a playoff game against Australia. However, Scotland's celebrations at gaining the point they needed from the game was marred by the collapse of manager Jock Stein moments before the final whistle, and then his subsequent death in the treatment room of Cardiff City's Ninian Park. The plaque you can see behind me, that is still that they moved it from Ninian Park to Cardiff New Ground now, and that is where the Cardiff City Memorial Garden. You can see that that plaque in respectful memory of Jock Stein, who sadly left football forever whilst managing Scotland at Ninian Park, September 10th, 1985. The footage I'm going to show you is highlights of the game, but also towards the end of the footage, it has got, I have to pre-warn you guys, it has got footage of Jock Stein being carried into the treatment room. So if you don't want to see that, please turn off as the celebrations of Scotland's 1 point gained at the final whistle. Thousands of Scots actually turned up for this game. But there you go. Here's the action. And even after all these years, rest in peace, Jock Stein.
David Phillips will take it. Kenny Jackett at the near post, but he didn't get a touch on that one. Oh, Nicholas, the cross is in low, and a goal! Mark Hughes! A tremendous challenge there by Peter Nicholas, and Mark Hughes puts it wide of Leighton, and Wales are in the lead. His 10th cap for Wales and his 6th goal for them. An amazing strike rate there. A foul by Thomas, a free kick to Scotland. What a brilliant start for Wales, Terry Europe.
Just the start they wanted. Peter Nicholas went through 2 Scottish players there in a good tackle, and his cross found Hughes, and what a finish.
Wales 1, Scotland 0. 14 minutes gone. Robbie James, Rush could do nothing with that. Miller. Jackett with a header. Hughes coming deep to help out. Can Scotland get this important equalising goal? Exactly 10 minutes left. That looked a handball, and it's a penalty. A penalty to Scotland. Well, the Welsh bench distraught. But Southall has some work to do. The cross floated in. There's no doubt the ball struck the hand of David Phillips.
I think that's a harsh decision myself.
Well, he did handle the ball, Terry, but I'm sure it was accidental, but he did handle the ball. And
certainly the ball hit his hand.
Now, I wonder who would be in Davy Cooper's boots now. He scored! Scotland have equalised. They might have well have saved themselves with 9 minutes to go. Oh, and he got his hands to it, but couldn't stop it going in. What a finale now. When you think it was a disputed penalty back in '77 that got Wales out of the World Cup and Scotland forward. Robbie James is going off, and Steve Lovell of Millwall comes on. And now Wales have been hit by another penalty. But can they save it? Lovell is in there trying to get in on the action. Rush finds Thomas. Played it for Rush! Oh, and he delayed his shot for a moment. And that was enough. But suddenly Rush was right in there. Lovell again with a header. A fresh pair of legs and a fresh pair of lungs. Can he save it yet for Wales? No, it's a free kick for Scotland. A reprieve then for Scotland inside the last 10 minutes. And the flags and the banners from north of the border are flying. And the final whistle, and Scotland have got the draw they wanted with the penalty by Cooper. After Hughes had scored that early goal for Wales, no wonder the Scottish banners and flags are flying. But what an amazing night of dramatic football. And the celebrations are more with Scotland than anybody else. Jock Stein being carried off there maybe Jock has been overcome by it all. It looked to me as though Jock Stein was being carried off there by the police.
Maybe
But it's been a night of fantastic tension.
I mean, the excitement for people who are not committed to the game has been tremendous. So for somebody such as the manager, tremendous strain on them.
So Scotland have come and have achieved really what they wanted to achieve, not to be beaten. And the joy amongst the ranks of their supporters, you can see for yourself.